There's one storyline from the NFC wildcard that I don't think we can overlook, and that's what Cam Akers was able to do for the Los Angeles Rams. Cam Akers was so explosive in that win over the Seattle Seahawks, and I don't know if you guys watched that game or not, but Seattle's defense is pretty big. Clearly Pete Carroll has a philosophy that's focused on power. Those guys might give up a little bit when it comes to speed, but they want to have a good front seven that can clamp down on those running lanes and play physical football. Well, Cam Akers slashed the Seattle Seahawks defense over and over and over again in that NFC wildcard, and so many of those runs went up the middle at Bobby Wagner and at Poona Ford and some of the bigger guys that they have at that Seattle defense. And for Cam Akers to step up in the playoffs and do this, that's a good indication of things to come from him. He had a pretty good rookie season. He had 600 yards and 2 touchdowns. He contributed for the Los Angeles Rams, but he was in a running backs by committee approach. He had, Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown that he had to share touches with. So 600 yards and 2 touchdowns is pretty good considering the circumstances. But for him to, step up again in the playoffs, to be the lead back, to be the reason that Los Angeles beat the Seattle Seahawks, now we're starting to see, the potential that Cam Akers had when he was coming out of Florida State. And, a lot of times these older running backs in the league, they get complacent and they think they can always fall back on their skill set. And they forget that the NFL is one of the most competitive leagues in the world. And then along comes a running back like Cam Akers, who's young, who's hungry, who's ready to become somebody. And then we see them step up in these moments like this. And it's the start of something good. It's a step towards a brighter career for Cam Akers. And we can't overlook just how good he was in that game. That was impressive. And it wouldn't be surprising if he keeps doing it in these playoffs. I'm John Kuzma. Check out endzoneblog.com.